As I stand here before you today, I am totally blown away with how far I have come over the last 14 years. I've written 16 books, including 2 bestsellers. I've raised 2 beautiful, amazing children. I've created a real estate portfolio and a very successful, thriving coaching business. But it wasn't always like this. I used to drive a Flintstone car. You know, the Flintstone car is a vehicle with a big hole in the bottom where you can stick your legs out. Yes, that is the car I owned when I started my business in Oshawa. Small town. And I had nobody here. I had no one in Canada. I was new in Canada. And I didn't want to work shifts because both my children were young. So I decided that because I don't know anyone in Canada, the best thing for me to do is to start a business. And so I enrolled myself with a financial company, with a financial institution, and became a salesperson doing financial planning and selling mutual funds and insurance based on commission. I remember that it was raining one day and I was heading in to see a really important client. This client, if I signed this deal, it was going to look after 2 months of my expenses. I was excited. I was raring to go. So I drove out and I thought, let's stop for some gas. Oh, yes, I'm just heading towards your office. I see. That's okay, we can cancel. Let's reschedule. Oh, okay, I'll wait for you to call me. Oh no. What am I going to do now? I need help. Why aren't you helping me? I'm trying so hard. I need your help. All right. I'm going to go to the office and see what I can do. And so I drove approximately 100 kilometers to go into Toronto. I visited some people in Toronto trying to drum up some business, but I had a miserable day. It was just awful. In the evening, I drove back home, decided that I would stop at the grocery store to pick up some groceries. The ground was still wet from the rain in the morning. I went into the grocery store and came back out with these 2 bags of grocery. And because the ground was wet, I thought I'd put this bag on the back of the car. Oh my God, how can this happen? Oh my goodness. Oh. What I saw was totally crazy. That morning when I had filled up the gas and put the gas cap on the back of the car, I had forgotten to put it back. That's not amazing. That can happen to anyone. What was amazing was that this gas cap, it was not attached to the car. It was not attached to my Flintstone car. This gas cap was sitting there on the back of my car, even though I had driven on the freeway into Toronto, and I had driven back on the freeway. And you know what? As far as I'm concerned, I don't know about you, but for me, the speed limit is just a suggestion. How many of you know what I'm talking about? Yes? How in the world is it possible? It is scientifically impossible. It cannot be that this gas cap did not fall off. I sat in my car and I cried. And I said to myself, you were so wrong. You thought you were alone, but you're not alone. If you have support, if you have the kind of support that can keep a gas cap on the back of your car while you go 140 kilometers an hour one way and 140 kilometers an hour back, you've got unbelievable resources. You've got the support of the power that creates worlds. You're not alone. If that is possible, that is your sign that anything is possible. If that can happen for you, the success that you want is easy, because success just means you're going to go out and do whatever it takes, Zara. But you can't make this happen. That day I realized that I just need to do my part. That day I decided I'm going to go wherever I need to go. I'm going to do whatever I need to do. I'm going to follow my guidance and let it take me to wherever I need to go and do, so that I can be successful. And within just 2 years, I was winning the top sales award in my office. And I moved into a great big mansion with my children. And so here I am today, knowing with passion that what I want to teach is, I want people to release all the negative beliefs that hold them back. We don't need anything outside of us. What we need is inside of us. We tend to forget when we hit bad times. We tend to forget that we are not alone. When we hit a bad patch on the road, it seems like it's not a bad patch. It seems like it's going to go on forever. It seems like the highway is like that, but it's just a bad patch. It will pass. When something bad happens in our life, it feels like the end of the world. And a lot of times we can't see how things will change. But they can change. And so, has there ever been a time in your life when it seemed completely impossible that you would be able to make progress, that you would get what you wanted, but you did? Things worked out. You were able to go forward. And so, trust is the thing. Trust is the thing we all need. Trust is at the basis of what we call law of attraction. Trust is, that's trust, not knowing how things will happen, but just believing that if I do my part, if you do your part, then the universe, source, that which we call God, will help us. And things that we don't even know how they will happen can happen. That is the message that I am passionate about sharing with you. And I am looking for people to work with who are committed to changing their lives, committed to moving forward and doing whatever it takes to get there. Thank you for joining me today. Bye for now.